They call themselves skinheads.
My name is Erin, and she talks.
$1,000 was.
G'day fuckers, Matty here in the bush. Now look, I thought I'd clear up what I said about police the other day. The reason I became a journalist is because when I hit 30 I almost did join the police force. But a police officer who was a friend of my father's took me aside and actually said, look Clarkie, you are far too honest, you can't keep your trap shut, you'll end up buried in a gold mine somewhere. And anyone who knows police history knows this stuff actually does happen. So on that day, instead of becoming a police officer, I became a journalist investigating corruption because of the amount of corruption and crime I'd seen throughout my life. I've had a very colourful past. And, you know, I'm the original guy who can actually say, I've got a huge federal file. Yeah, well, I do, and unfortunately I don't like that. But it was all part of having an interesting life. And what I do now is I report on crime and corruption. And I do that so officers like my mate there can do his job. And look, quite honestly, us journalists need to think about this sometimes too when we're dealing with police sources. What they are actually risking to give us the information they are giving, and sometimes it's not in that cop's best interest, and sometimes us journalists really do have to sit back and think and even say to that officer, look, we know this problem exists, we have said it 1,000 times, and if we do this I am going to end up destroying your career. It just is better to say nothing right now. And that is a sad reality of the situation we're in. And part of the problem is the politicians don't like journalists. They want journalists who agree with them. They want a journalist who will blow smoke up their arse, not look them in the eyes and say they are lying. We need to start looking for journalists and politicians who are willing to face these tough questions. And we also need to support honest cops, because when you try and point out that not all cops are bad, or oh, that's just what you say, that's just a rumour, without knowing the facts or story behind it, you are helping the bent cops. You are not helping those honest cops, because there are a lot of good honest cops out there, but they can do nothing but keep their traps shut and do their job, and hopefully one day things will end up honest, or a good journalist will come by that they have faith in, who has the ability to expose things. Alright fuckers, love you all, enjoy your Sunday. I certainly am, out here in the bush with all the lovely animals that I live with. They make a lot more sense than humans sometimes. Alright, see you later fuckers.